Welcome to Balls and Brews. Cheers, boys.
Cheers.
Pod 73, gents.
Look at the color of this brewski,
look
people.
at that. That is some motor oil looking. Sweet. Not as not too heavy.
Yum.
What are we drinking, Charlie? Yeah, you're right, Trev. Not too heavy.
Not the gumdrop buttons. And I read it normally because I know as soon as I say that, if you know the reference, you're going to read it in the proper voice. Not the gumdrop buttons.
There you go.
Absolutely. 9.5 Prairie Artisan Ales. Out of, where did I write it down? McAllister, Oklahoma. As funny as that is. Yeah. 9.5. So milk stout with vanilla, coffee, and gingerbread. And tell me what flavors you get, boys.
Definitely get the vanilla.
Okay.
A little bit of the gingerbread on the back end.
Okay.
That's what I was going to say. I thought the gingerbread was on the back end.
Not too strong on the coffee.
Little bit on the coffee, just a note right before you get the gingerbread on the back.
Okay. So you'd say it's layered with vanilla up front, coffee in the middle, and gingerbread on the back. But if you can evenly, if you can distinguish the flavors at all, that's a win. Because sometimes I read labels on beers and it's like, it's going to taste like heaven. And it's like, well, this just tastes like an IPA. Like you said, there's going to be 14 flavors in here, but
that's that one,
I taste hops.
That's that one Alibi one that says it's got the melon.
Grapefruit, passion, melon, and it was it wasn't a bad beer. But
no, it just didn't have that stuff in it.
It was just regular IPA.
Yeah. So I had went to a beer tasting at New West on Thursday night.
Which is a distribution company around here, right?
Yeah, distribution company around here. Had a Fall River.
Shout out to Prairie, though. This is really good.
We had one of them we're going to have tonight that was good. And then I had a hazy from there that was also really good. Fall River also does the Irish cream stout that we like so much. Dude, I did that on tap Friday morning for breakfast with my chicken fried steak. Oh, dude, that's such a good beer.
So those were on tap, those weren't bottles?
No, they were all cans that they were pouring at the beer taster. Damn. They didn't have the Fall River one. That one I had the next day. Or they didn't have the Irish cream. I had that the next day. From Parlay 6, I had a hazy from them. Did I go back to Parlay 6 again? I might have had another one from Parlay 6.
Yeah, they're like a brand new brewery.
Brand new. Angelique really likes their IPA because it's pretty hoppy. They're just standard IPA.
She likes to crush hops, man. If you're going to give that woman a beer, it's an IPA for sure.
From Alibi, they short poured me a porter. It was delicious, but only a little bit.
Yeah.
The next beer I had from Alibi was so-so. Which one was it? I can't remember, but it was only so-so. Best beer I had all night was a hazy from Lead Dog. Not surprising, but it was fucking delicious.
Love that. I love that.
Do you remember what the name?
No, and I was like, dude, I've never remember this shit. Double Nut Brown I had from Mammoth, obviously, and then my wife got a sour from.
Good for her.
She made me drink it.
She didn't like it at all?
No, so I finished that. It was okay.
Do you remember where it was from?
It was the Mammoth sour. It was Mammoth. They had a couple sours, dude. I saw a couple. No, and I saw a couple around.
They have a couple. Good. Maybe it's making a comeback.
Big Sky Brewing had a Huckleberry Blonde Ale that I had. Ooh. That was good. That was really good. And then they had a hazy later on I had because I've had, the Moose Drool a ton.
Yeah, sure.
So I had their AZ that was good. Had a cider here and there, but overall it was cool. Because you had the little cups, so you did a tasting, and then we went to Berkey's and I crushed some
bunch of Guinness.
Didn't have to.
Yeah. Wow. You get 3 guesses and 2 don't count.
Next to it,
dude, if Guinness is on tap,
hey, man. It's like what 4.7.
4.2.
So, yeah, 4.2.
So I can go all night.
Right, and because they don't necessarily make you pee the same way that a 4.2 Coors Light does, or
And it's so smooth.
Since you're drinking so much Guinness around town, is there one of the
places that pours it better?
That pours. I was gonna ask a nitro Guinness instead of the standard.
Ooh.
I don't think so. I think everybody's regular.
They have the nitro cans.
Right.
I was just curious because that would be a win, right?
Yeah, I would think so. But
there
I think
has to be somewhere
I would have
with
thought that
Guinness
maybe-
on nitro, right? That only physically makes sense.
I don't. Yeah, because Keel doesn't.
There has to be
Bricky's
somewhere.
doesn't.
There has to be somewhere, though. I bet you. Like, unless they.
We'll do your research.
Yeah,
What
we'll
would I
have
do?
to. Yeah, shout us out in the comments, dude. Let us know where we can get Guinness on nitro.
I had another Guinness. Where else did I drink
For
Guinness
this
this
guy.
weekend?
And this guy.
I didn't
would
Guinness
drink
somewhere
it.
else.
I mean, I have no problem with a Guinness. It's not the stout I lean towards traditionally. I
just
don't
drink
mind
it
a
'cause
dry stout, but
Just because it's so like easy.
It's an
Sure.
easy drinker for a
no,
dark
I get
beer.
it. Right. It's the balance of what, like, it's why the argument of some people drink in the morning. Well, it's a breakfast stout. Like, what the fuck does that mean? You drink it at breakfast.
It's an all day stout for me.
Yeah, dude, there
I'd be
you go.
crushing the Guinness.
Crashing.
I just
Crashing
I think we went
Guinness.
somewhere else and I was like, oh, Guinness on tap here too. I'll do a tall one of that.
Picked up some little something yesterday in a sixer. Shout out to Lagunitas. That's a classic. That's an oldie but a goodie. So we were drinking on a couple of those up at your place. Playing some bones. That was fun. God, playing some dominoes. Entertaining.
Drink what was
Really?
Yeah.
I didn't know you guys got down with dominoes.
it? Oh yeah.
Yeah, we were getting nasty with it last night. Just standard bones, just a standard 5-point game.
Yeah. Classic.
What else did we drink last night, Charlie?
Last night was the June Shine.
Those were good.
There's the vodka soda version because they traditionally do kombucha, which is I was very surprised when I saw June Shine. I was like, "There's no way Johnny pulled a 6-pack of kombucha. I'll suck it down, but I don't think anybody else in the house would enjoy it." It ended up
they were
being
really
these
good.
really tasty vodka sodas, but the juices that they used they shined through big time. They balanced very well with the it wasn't like overly sweet, and
Right.
it wasn't like that fake alcohol-y ready to drinks normally don't get that balance right. It's why if you put juice and booze in a cup, it always tastes better than this cocktail that comes out of a can, right?
Yeah.
However, these were pretty good. These were
pretty
definitely upper tier in for what those were. But now it kind of makes me want some kombucha though. I do love me some alcoholic kombucha. It's all a little alcoholic, but the ones that they sell in stores are like 0.002 or whatever. Like they have to, and then there's
that doesn't really
the black
count.
label. There's the black label, which has got like 0.08, and they're like, you have to be 21 to drink this.
Ooh.
You drink anything new there, T-Mon?
I mean, not really. I've been actually making cocktails lately.
Nice.
So,
What you been whipping, bro?
I just went through some margaritas and just
Nice.
classic margaritas.
Yeah.
You got the little bit of mix with some real limes and just tequila. Maybe if you want to like to salt the rim, you usually add a little bit of the.
I'm a salt on the rim kind of guy.
Always,
for sure.
If it's
Always
always
on
on
the rocks,
I'm
too.
always going that way.
Yep.
Don't blend my shit.
Never.
I don't want a blended cocktail ever.
Also, what is that? That red
the
Tahini?
tahine that on the rim too.
Yes, I
Really
had that in Mexico. That was pretty tasty.
Yeah. So nothing new really.
Everything down in Mexico is sprinkled with tahine and chamoy. Everything. It's just no matter if it's a fruit, a veggie, a meat, they just put that. They love that combination of shit down there. And I don't mind it, but I watched this small little Netflix mini series about Mexican street food, and it was just the most tahine and chamoy you've ever seen. It just layers of shit. It was just how do you even eat this? This is just, it looks kind of cool, I guess, but how do you even tackle it?
So
Sorry, sidebar.
After we let off last week, the first CFP came out. There's obviously going to be changes from this crazy weekend we had.
Yeah.
But Charlie, why don't we go over what the first CFP
All right,
was,
so
and
the
we'll
first-
talk about games intermittently.
Excellent. First CFP and the upcoming rankings will also stay very similar at the top is Oregon, number 1.
Staying big win.
Yeah,
Big win.
and then you had Georgia at number 2.
Who lost
Yeah.
to Ole Miss and kind of got beat up. And I don't know how you guys feel, but Carson Beck's draft stock is really got to be falling.
Yeah.
In the AP poll, Georgia's all the way to 11, but that doesn't really matter. It's kind of now
Not
on what
anymore.
the CFP. It's all about what the CFP says.
Yeah, AP poll was important until last week.
Well, yeah, I mean, the AP poll will play into the CFP, I'm sure. like they're going to take that into consideration. You know what I mean? It comes
Well,
out
their numbers
before
aren't
the
gonna be
CFP.
greatly different.
They're going to have to be. The way that they set up the bylaws to get the people in there, it's not the 12 best. It's because number 3 is technically in the CFP it would be Miami. And now, obviously, they had a crushing defeat, as it
So
were.
now SMU falls in that. But boys, in the SEC, Tennessee is now winning the SEC at 8-1 overall. Texas A&M is second in the SEC. Texas is third, and Georgia is fourth in the SEC. So Georgia, with that loss, might not even make it into the top 12.
They shouldn't at that point.
And then because
bad news.
SMU's, what are they ranked right now in the AP top 25?
On the 25, I think they were
14.
14, yeah.
So they're going to end up being number 4 in that CFP next week. They have to be. They're the way ACC.
By the tiebreakers. It all depends, though, because technically, okay, if there's no divisions, there's still a championship game, right? It's just
Correct.
1v2?
It's just the top 2 teams.
1v2?
Yep.
Okay, all right. So, I mean, in theory, then, truly's nothing's decided on that 4 spot for the ACC if there's still that championship game.
When they come out next week, SMU will be number 4.
They're going to have to set them there, I think,
And BYU will
based
stay
off of current tiebreakers.
And
right
BYU's
now.
number 4, right? In that one?
Yes.
So
correct.
BYU goes up to 3.
I wonder if they're gonna change
Nuts.
that after this season, or if this is
Probably.
we're gonna see more of this.
I bet it stays this way. It puts
You
more,
think
so?
puts more emphasis on winning your conference.
I mean, it seems like they made the changes so fast to expanding the playoff.
They
though.
absolutely did.
So I just
They
feel like
absolutely
after we get to the end of the year and we see how this all comes together, if it's kind of wacky, like
Yeah, no, we didn't go away from a BCS for how many years? Then we went to 4 teams for a few years, and then we just expanded to 12. We didn't stop at 8. We didn't try shit. We just went to fucking 12. Like,
well, and it's not just going to 12 like we were talking about. It's the first round buys and how that's decided. And
Yeah.
they made it up a little haphazardly, it sounds like, at this point, right? We're
Well,
we're going to question a lot of these seedings is what it really comes down
We're
to.
putting emphasis on winning your conference.
Yeah.
Which I can't shit on, because especially if you're going to make like super powerful conferences, like the SEC and the Big Ten are insanely powerful right now.
right. So I mean, I think originally the decision was made so you get that diversity as far as the teams in the finals. I just don't know. Like, I think you still have those teams in. The seeding just seems like it should not be what it is.
Because who's at number 5 then, Charlie? After we get out of the division winners.
Yeah, no, then it would be Ohio State.
Okay, so they won.
Yeah.
Big.
Because they're number 3 in the nation right now, right? In the AP poll,
yes.
right?
2 in the
nation.
Two in the nation. Okay.
Two Big Tens, 1 and 2.
Right, but they're not leading the Big Ten because that's Oregon. So,
Oregon, dude.
so they can't get that by.
Fly Ducks, fly.
Because they got the heads up on them. We ain't going that far.
I got to root for the Ducks here when
Dude,
it comes
we don't
down
have
to
ever root for the Ducks.
when it comes down
we
to
don't.
Ohio State
No,
or
we
Oregon,
don't.
dude. Oh,
No,
you're gonna root for
we don't.
Ohio State over Oregon.
I'm gonna have to.
I can't do it. I'm an
There's
Ohio State hater.
There's
Ohio State. It's not a
nothing
shot
in
in the
my
world.
blood that will ever permit me to say
it runs
that I
different with
will
Chuck.
pull for the Ducks ever.
Like, I know the Ducks are part of the pack, so we all have that.
No, dude,
we're not a fan of them.
That's
but
a chief
they're-
rival.
it's a
That
different
is
rival
that
for
is
them.
bad
Yeah.
blood, dude. That's you don't like. I don't like Ohio State, but that's just because I don't like any good blue blood that isn't Washington.
So in the ACC, we're talking about SMU's 13, Clemson is 23, and then Miami. So depending on what happens, and none of those 3 teams play each other. Clemson, SMU, and Miami do not play each other.
And they are deciding the top of that conference, and might be the only school that gets in the playoff.
It could be because Charlie, who do you got at 6?
We are sitting at 6 with that's Texas.
And they won, so they're staying.
No, I'm
pat.
sorry, Penn State. I'm sorry, it'd be Penn
Texas.
State,
Texas.
and then Texas was 7.
Which I don't agree with that. Dude, there's Texas is better than Penn State. I've watched a couple Penn State games. They have
Roster for roster,
They have no
agreed.
fucking offense.
They have no juice. They have no juice.
AP has Texas 3 ahead of Penn State, which is 4,
Yeah,
which makes more sense.
yeah, dude. I just
Well, that might have flip flopped after this week.
These are projections.
Okay.
It's trending
topics.
because the AP is they're different.
They are. They just get to vote for whoever they like.
yeah, because technically the winner of the Indiana and Oregon are tied for the top of the Big Ten right now.
So, yeah.
Indiana gets
man.
Ohio State this weekend, boys. That's
If
huge.
only.
That decides the Big Ten. Is it going to be
Yes.
the Hoosiers against the Ducks, or is it going to be a rematch for Ohio State?
That's what I'm saying. That's huge, dude. If the Hoosiers pull it, and I think they're at the, and I think it's at the U
I'm going to double check, but I think you're right.
or the horseshoe.
Horseshoe. Yeah, no, it's in Ohio State.
It is, isn't it?
Yeah, severely hurts Indiana's ability to try to win that game.
Yeah, it is in Ohio State.
Yeah,
and
no,
that's actually
that's-
not next week. It's the week after.
Oh, bye week, and then
Okay.
Yeah,
'Cause
Ohio
I was
State's
gonna
got
say-
Northwestern next week.
Okay, so Indiana has a bye.
A bye week, yeah, right.
Where-
'Cause they already have to
What
prepare.
time's that game?
The Indiana game?
Indiana, Ohio State. Have they announced it yet?
Yeah. No. It's to be determined, so they haven't. Damn.
Let's go Hoosiers.
Yeah, no, you put that's your nightcap, right? You put that
Most likely.
prime time nightcap, Big Ten football, baby. Like you gotta
hope so.
if you bet it, you bet Ohio State. If you think I want Indiana, I would love to watch Indiana just absolutely shake up
I would too.
the whole sphere.
It'd be so awesome.
It
They beat
would.
Ohio State. It'd be
It
so
would be
crazy.
it would fracture everything that Ohio State thought they knew going into this year.
Who you got after Texas at 7?
We are moving into the non-division. So we have Tennessee, or we have Indiana, right?
Right, but Tennessee now doesn't Tennessee jump up?
They were
into-
number 7.
But they
but-
jump up to 2,
Do they in the SEC?
or they
Because-
jump into 4, depending on how 1, 2, 3, 4 go. Because Tennessee's the winner of the SEC. So
Dude, I
Tennessee's
can't
the
believe
leader of
the
the
winner of
SEC.
East, yeah.
So
Georgia. There's no
Well, and
East.
it-
There is no East now,
Yes,
right?
yeah,
That's what we were
you're
talking
right.
about. It blows. Dude, Georgia is eating a big old bag of hairy ones.
Tennessee
dude.
literally is in the top 4 now.
They have to be, right?
Yes, that's
Oh,
crazy.
my Lord.
What does Tennessee rank, Trev?
In the AP, there's 7.
Okay, I mean that's reasonable. Then.
That's not bad.
That's reasonable. But yeah, it is going to get into NFL territory when it's about
Dude, that's nuts. That Tennessee's now in the top 4.
They're the top SEC school, followed by A&M, then Texas, then Georgia, then Ole Miss.
There's no way all 5 of those
Where's
guys.
and
Bama.
Bama. And
Oh
Bama's
my
in. What, so who do you got next, Charlie, in this?
Then it goes to you're gonna go to not Notre Dame. I'm sorry, but they were in the initial one. They were number 10. We're looking for number 9.
Yeah.
Is gonna be.
Isn't it Bama?
No, it has Bama at 11. It
Okay.
has Dame at 12 and Boise at 12. I'm sorry, Notre Dame at 10, Alabama at 11, Boise State at 12.
So who we don't know who.
That's 7, 8. I don't see. That's weird.
To BYU?
BYU technically is number 9, which is the number. Yes, correct. There you go. That's exactly how that
They're
reads.
4.
They're technically 4, but they're number 9. That's ridiculous.
No, they're number.
They're ranked number 9, but they're the 4th seed. They get the last bye.
So who's the number 9 seed?
Is like who would play in that spot? Which it's technically Ohio State versus Penn State would be that where they would line. That's the confusing part of the bracket. They technically keep them at whatever number they are, but their bye week is determined if they win the conference or not.
Crazy stuff, man. Because you got Colorado.
That
got over
really
there.
that really made my head hurt a little bit trying to figure that out. Like, I mean, I don't like college football. I've long since said I don't believe there's 12 teams that deserve a shot at a title every year.
Sure.
Yeah, because it's right now. I mean, there's Miami's out right now because you have to put SMU in. If you look at the top of 12 in the Associated Press. And then you also think Georgia's out because Boise State technically is 12. SMU actually has to move in. So Georgia and Miami in the top don't even make it. And, yeah, that's insane.
But I feel like Miami's still going to come out of the ACC.
They got to get ahead of Clemson. We don't know what the tiebreaker is. They
True.
actually have ranked Clemson number 2 right now in the ranking of the ACC, which is kind of crazy.
There's got to be something.
And neither of those, dude, and they
I don't know what the final breakdown's.
Nobody
gonna be.
plays anybody.
Guys, this is really good.
And don't forget about that Boise State team.
They're going to end up being 12, probably.
I mean,
Do they have?
if someone else loses, though, they could steal a bye.
I don't know if they could get all the way up into 4. You couldn't get into 4.
Well, no,
gonna
because
be the
it's
big
only
4.
right. Exactly.
only
They
the
don't.
big
They're not
4.
in the qualifying conference.
The Big Four team.
The fourth team is the qualifier, right?
No,
it's
the Big Four. It is the Big Four.
It's the Big Four.
Big Ten, ACC, SEC, and then
I didn't think it was automatically given to the Big 12.
Yep.
Yeah, correct. They
All
still
four
get one.
Yep, all four get in no matter what. And then after that, Boise State gets number 12 no matter what, unless
because that's the qualifier. If you are the way that it was supposed to be worded was if you're rated lower than 12, you jump up to the 12th spot to grab it. If you're the best of the rest,
the best of the fives, lower fives.
I just the way that they were talking about on ESPN, it made it sound like if Boise State was ranked higher than the Big 12 winner, then they would get that spot.
I don't know,
but
man.
I mean, it's like you said, it's a lot of new. We're trying to figure out
the Clemson Miami's interesting because that and the SMU dude. That the ACC's got 3 teams fighting. Now the whole SEC's crazy and all jumbled up because you have Bama in. You have Bama in your top 11 right now, but Bama's not even like that far into the SEC. I mean, I guess Texas A&M might lose again at some point, but. It's pretty crazy how the SEC's ranked now too. With Tennessee 1, Texas A&M 2, Texas 3.
What's crazy to think?
Georgia and then Bama, dude.
Is by giving more spaces to the playoff, you're almost adding more controversy at the end of the season because there's going to be serious contenders that are going to have to that are going to get left out.
Right. There's some serious. There's a lot of controversy, I think, in conferences. Like, man.
I mean, you got Tennessee, Georgia next week.
Ooh, fuck.
That's a banger.
That could fucking shit everything else up again.
Especially if Georgia wins that.
If Georgia wins, and Tennessee has 2 losses.
If Georgia wins that, agreed. No,
man.
I would fucking
Tennessee can be ranked number 4 for fucking 2 seconds and be out.
Cup of coffee is what they call that.
I mean,
I don't know, dude. Georgia's offense does not look good.
Right before December, there's Texas and Texas A&M, so that will clear up some of that
some clarity, as it were.
Yeah,
LSU got stomp rolled by
But those
Bama.
are the last 2 big games of the SEC that are going to change how that conference is decided.
Yeah, it really is going to because, like we said, if Tennessee beats Georgia, dude, then they basically almost win that fucking SEC, dude.
Is anybody getting more coffee out of this now?
Yeah,
by chance?
Opened up a little bit with the coffee.
It opened up to coffee to me big time.
Ginger.
Yeah, I'm getting far more of the coffee.
Yeah, and it's hitting a little quicker too with that coffee flavor.
Okay.
Way more coffee, less ginger on the back for real.
Still very good though.
That's delish. But it's a crazy season right now. Heisman-wise, Gentry goes off for 206 against Cincinnati yesterday.
2 tuds, how many?
2 tuds.
2 tuds. So that's
What's
like
it, 3 tuds.
3 tuds.
3 tuds.
Yeah.
But his average right now, he's basically averaging like $140 and 2 touchdowns a game, right? Like that's his average.
And then Travis Hunter had a good game, and then Cam Ward slipped a little bit. Does that give Dylan Gabriel number 3?
With that loss, he had to have. I don't know. Statistically, he's still he's like superior, like he's in front of Dylan in every major category, right?
Because then I was also wondering does anybody else have a chance to slide in? Like Milroe goes for 4 tutties.
But what sucks is I think it should go to Genty.
I hope it does too. Boise State kid getting it, that'd be legit. Too legit to quit.
You just can't look at those numbers and say that that's not the most explosive player in college football right now. Period.
Dude, he's going to go in the top. He's going in the top 20 in the draft. I bet.
Which we thought just coming into this last year, like there's no way running backs are gonna be drafted high anymore. And
he's explosive, man.
If you find one,
look at Christian McCaffrey today.
Look at what Saquon has been doing in Philly, dude.
Right, you find the dude. It's nice to have a dude if he can be the dude for multiple years.
Yeah, correct.
Especially when they're 3 down back.
That's the best.
When you can catch it and run it and you're dangerous both ways.
I am pass blocking and in pass pro as well. Fantastic. Those guys are a rare breed, and they are undervalued to the nth degree in the NFL. It's because your timeline's so short.
But it'll be interesting to see how this falls out.
No, the way this all shakes out, considering I have no skin in the game because neither one of us, like USC and Washington, are removed from any picture of Well, are they still? They're still doing bowl games, right? There'll still be like bowl. Are those still a thing? Yeah. Okay, so
there's still a million bowl games.
We'll compete for the Sheridan Hawaiian laid back bowl or whatever. Like.
I am interested.
The Cheez-It, double dip it, Northwest East Bowl.
Oregon maybe is getting up there. Texas be interesting to see how they come through the SEC because they're rated number 3 right now. So if Tennessee loses, I think they take the top unless Texas ain't. I mean,
no, the SEC's getting crazy. The SEC's gonna have one of the big ballers miss. Is basically what's gonna happen. It's gotta happen that way with the way other teams are playing.
Like, yeah, but then you're like, fuck you. Like,
how do you put in a Georgia team that's had 14 turnovers in 6 games?
But think about running into that Bama team. All of a sudden, you're like, dude, I gotta play this fucking team.
No.
Jalen Miller are gonna run it down my fucking
monster.
throat. Ryan Williams is catching balls all over the place, dude. When they're on, that offense is one of the
electric.
best. But when they're off, it's real bad.
It's a mental thing,
yeah,
sure,
dude. But then you got Dan Lanning just running one hell of a program up there.
Oregon's clicking, dude. Oregon's clicking. Good. I hate to say it. I absolutely hate to agree with that, but they are.
Dude, they're recruiting both good in the transfer portal and recruiting good as high school kids.
If you think about Oregon as a college and the fact that dude, the selling point, I swear to God,
you 700 jerseys, brother.
It's just got to be Nike, dude.
Got that
straight
Nike
up.
money.
I mean, right out of the gates.
Got those jerseys.
They literally they just turn off the lights. They don't even have to worry about it. They'll come to us. Don't worry about it. Just stay home, guys. The scouts don't have to go anywhere.
That's why they are where they are. I mean,
absolutely.
That's why they're competing with the schools of the SEC who's going to benefit from this playoff because they're going to get in these extra schools.
And you hit the home run on
the team than the team.
And when you hit a home run on a coach and the coach stays too. That's
too.
where you get the Nick Saban type shit, the Kirby Smart
how
stuff.
Much I loved Dan Lanning at the end of last year saying, "No, I have a program that I've put together here that I want to see through. I'm going to stay and make this a championship fucking program."
And where else are you going to leave to go? You were at one of the top tier programs in the nation,
right? No,
with money.
Once again, yeah.
With your
sponsorship, with just your boosters,
the whole field, your workout, your whole everything.
Oregon has situated themselves. They're not what you would call a traditional blue blood, but they've kind of put themselves in the most recent.
Up there
they're there. They are. They've transferred from a really great program to the next tier
where they'd win with the seniors and then they'd suck for a little bit and then they'd win with seniors.
Right.
Now they're winning.
They're going to restock. They're going to restock now it does depend on Lanning though. If he does decide to move off of this for whatever reason, I feel that program would take a huge step
other than
back.
the NFL, you are Oregon.
But
it's not like you're going. No offense, but Oregon's a little bit bigger than Washington now. It's not like you can go to Bama, right?
Bama just got their coach unless DeBoer fizzles out.
So where else are you going to go? It's
Georgia if Smart leaves, I guess
Texas,
that's about it. Yeah, no, I get it.
There's not very big programs that are bigger.
No, and with a 12-team playoff, and you're gonna there's really no reason to leave.
And you just go run and go get another.
Settle on in.
Who you stealing next year? You've got Gabriel, you've got Bo Nix. Who you stealing next year? They bring in to
they'll find somebody.
You know what I'm saying?
No,
but because of Nike, they've become that. As long as they keep their coach a parental power in college football,
the high-profile quarterback will want to go to Oregon.
Yep.
Eyes are being drawn there. They sell out. It's called the Zoo for a reason. They have a hell of an atmosphere in that school.
More than likely, they have better quarterbacks on the way. Even
that's probably true too. That's why Dylan Gabriel, size is not helping him, but he's got a weak arm, is what they say. He's
he's a late rounder. He's a guy that's been back
a project kid.
Well, I don't know if he's as much of a project. He just doesn't have the big. He's not the.
You got to have a cannon in.
He's not the most physical.
You just got to have
person.
You do. You got to be big. You got to be a fucking hoss.
Or you got to have the mentals. If he can,
the mentals. He does have the mentals.
If he's got the mentals, he can play in the league.
He's done it at 3 different schools.
I just don't know how, because he's not very tall, so it's not like he's 6'4" like Jaden and got a cannon of an arm. He's kind of missing arm wise, and even Kyler's got a fucking cannon of an arm for being so short. You know
a baseball player,
and he's way fast.
He jitterbugs,
Kyler
dude.
is so lightning fast. Dylan's not quite that.
Well, yeah, like you said, and those are the reasons he's going to be drafted later.
Yeah. Well, yeah, that's why it's. No matter what he does at the Underwear Olympics, he'll be like a 4th rounder.
You know what we haven't really talked about this year?
No.
Riley Leonard, our guy from Duke up at Notre Dame.
I know. I've been quiet on him because he's quietly got Notre Dame clicking in the playoff picture. So I mean, there is that. They were 10th, so they're right there. If
they don't lose another game,
right? They absolutely can't. They've already got 2 in the hole.
Yep. All right. Well, we're gonna refill these brewskis, check on some football games, and come back with an NFL segment.
Excellent.
Pieces. Welcome back to Balls and Brews. Cheers, boys.
Cheers.
Cheers, gents.
Yep.
Hell yeah.
All right. The ice box.
That's crisp, right?
That's an interesting beer. That's not what I was expecting.
Me neither.
So
It's very crisp.
this is a cold IPA called Icebox by our friends at Fall River out of Redding, California.
We love some Fall River.
I would
beers.
say overall, yes, drinks at a 6.5. That's what it says.
What is a definition of a cold IPA?
The opposite of what a warm IPA.
Come on.
No, come on. Honestly, I don't know. I don't want to lie to our fans. I can't tell. I traditionally have liked the cold IPAs a little bit more than this one. This one's kind of on the experimental side of things for me as far as like a flavor.
I don't mind that the bit of nectarine you get in there. I was trying to decide what fruit was that. I had to look because I wasn't sure, but I can now
That's
after
a
reading
really
it,
interesting
you get it.
beer. Nectarine?
Mm-hmm.
Huh.
I get that. I like how crisp. I do like how crisp it is. It feels like it's a very crisp beer, but you get that nectarine towards the end. It goes like hop and then nectarine. I like it. Fall River is one of our faves.
This is, I think, a beer that your wife would like a whole lot.
Yeah, I think she had it at the beer taster.
There you go.
It's a good one. Not quite the home run like the old Irish cream, but nothing is like the Irish cream.
And their num juice and their
good.
Numb and Number, their hazies are good.
That one I drink a lot at
I was
Royce.
expecting this. This is I know it says it's a cold IPA, but honestly, I was expecting it to have a little bit more body, like that sharpness that it does end with, kind of shortens the beer for me. Yeah, like,
Yeah, there'd be more.
I was hoping. I was hoping for a little bit more. Yeah, it's very aggressive for a 6.5. I guess is how I would
hoppy.
describe it. So, you got a lot of disdain, is how we'll say it, Zach, for some hot seat coaches. Is this correct?
Yeah, I think that if you look around the league after this week,
There should be some really hot seats.
yeah, real hot.
Real
like,
hot.
Buns
Like,
are on fire.
They're charring.
Dennis
right?
Allen
Like-
already canned.
Right, correct.
Robert Saleh already canned.
Correct.
Robert Saleh was a bad one. Their defense
That
has
one-
been
that
their
one
defense
didn't
has
make
been
sense to me
worse
overall.
ever since he's been canned.
Jets being the Jets. What's new?
Jets jetting it up. I guess that's what we like to say around here. You know, Jets doing jet things.
I mean, they're just historically bad, right? They do have their Super Bowl 4 or whatever the hell it was, like back in the Namath days, but like that's it.
Jacksonville Jaguars, Doug Peterson, done.
Oh, dude.
Fire him. Done. Get rid of him. It's either him or the quarterback. One of the two. Who you gonna keep?
Trevor Lawrence didn't play today. Mac Jones did.
He got
looked
smoked.
Obaya.
Smoke, dude.
Yeah, they didn't help that.
But I mean, he's gone. They're not consistent on either side of the ball. They seem like they're always making the wrong penalties at the wrong time. Trevor Lawrence should be a good quarterback, and it seems like Doug Peterson just is not. Whether what's going on, something's not working.
They have no juice. No
Yeah.
juice. None. There's no excitement when that team takes the field, which is crazy because they should pop, but for some, is it Peterson? I think Peterson is clearly the problem. Which, like, I don't normally lobby for coaches but the proof's kind of in the pudding. He hasn't been able to have that locker room now for a while.
Well, I mean, that's got to be the decision because they just gave Trevor Lawrence that new
Right,
contract.
correct. Yeah.
He's shown glimpses, so he's going to get another shot, of course. It's not the end of his career. It's not that bad. But, man, the next hire is so important for that team.
Because that team in general's got a lot of young pieces, but it just doesn't seem like they make any steps forward.
They don't mesh. A good team on paper that just you read names and go, oh, doesn't mean it's a good team.
Trayvon, I wonder if they're doubting their decision on taking Aiden Hutchinson over a trade on Walker now.
1,000%. Well, other than obviously the injury, but like when
healthy,
it's not even close.
Yes, and that's the other part of that too is they got to move on from Trent Baalke. Baalke has proven to be not
as a Niner fan know that better than anybody.
Yes.
Let him have it, Trev. Let him have it.
Exactly.
No, that's a reasonable. That's a reasonable wheelbarrow.
It's time for a fresh
That's
start.
why Byron Leftwich didn't take the job there. Remember?
Yeah.
He wanted Baalke out. Remember that?
Can you blame him? Somehow that man just keeps keeping his job and keeps getting jobs, though.
Next team that needs to fire their coach.
The Las Vegas Raiders.
They fired the whole offensive staff. They need to fucking.
We're no longer just speculating. We're just putting it out there. We're reporting that the Las Vegas Raiders need to fire their coach. GM Downey, please explain to us what we're doing.
It's a proofs in the pudding. Just long as you do offensive decisions have been awful, but just decisions in general. You made a bad decision in every single game, if not multiple bad decisions in the games. You need to get rid of him, and you probably just need to keep fucking losing so that whoever you have next, you can be like, hey, guess what? We have the number one pick. You get the pick of, or the number two pick, but you get the pick of who your quarterback is going to be.
And
You didn't trade up this year, which I was fine with. I thought somebody would fall. They didn't. But you have to go quarterback now. You have to go quarterback.
And again, like with Pierce, I think at the time we all thought it could be an all right move, but this year it hasn't been the year. We all expected more, I think, out of the Raiders defense, and him being the defensive guy, having that play decline, it's time for a reboot.
Yep, 100%.
We the way you phrased it with expecting a little bit more was, we all did, given the way they ended last year with.
Even I didn't have like the Raiders
making
the playoffs,
right,
but I still thought the defense was going to keep them in every game, and it's just not there.
Well, and the quarterback room has been less than whelming.
And Gardner Minshew's had more turnovers than the fucking dude. He has 14 something turnovers, or he has the most turnovers in the league, I think.
He's a risk it for the biscuit kind of guy.
And it ain't no fucking biscuit either. So you're risking
there
it for
hasn't
fucking
been a lot of biscuits
chopped
recently.
Fucking tuna or some bullshit.
I mean, tuna's sustainable.
Or
I don't mind tuna.
Chopped fucking cat food. I don't know.
That's
It's fucking been bad,
some
dude.
cat food if it went wrong. No,
We're talking about the low grade fish.
It's been bad. Next team now going to the NFC.
You ever had dog
Do you think that this team should fire their coach?
Give me some.
Well, I got two in this one division, so I've been going by division.
Let's
All
go.
right.
Let's go.
This next division's the East. Do you think the Giants should fire Dayball, or is Dayball just once Jones is gone and they're able to reset?
He does have a say, right? And or does he have nothing to do with contractual agreements and they just give him? It all depends on what his power role is in building the roster. If he said that give Jones the contract and let Saquon walk, or if that's how they built the roster and gave it to him, that's different, right?
I think both the Giants and the Raiders were in similar places. They needed to bring in somebody at quarterback, and the draft didn't fall their way. In free agency, they got guys that were never meant to be the starters, really, and that's just cost both of them. With Dayball, I still have some hope for him, but I think the Giants at this time to move for a fresh start, it might be the way to go. We watched that Hard Knocks.
It's captivating.
If Coach goes, GM's got to go too.
I think
traditionally that is how it goes.
I don't know if Tom Telesco needs to go with the Raiders.
I want whoever signs up for give me more of the off-season Hard Knocks.
I'm in for that too.
I don't know if another NFL team will let that happen after what just happened with the Giants. That Saquon
but as a viewer, we
ended.
Oh
my God, it was the best thing I've watched all year for sure. I hope it wins the Emmy.
Next team in the East, maybe. What about my Nick Sirianni stuff? Is he gone?
I mean, it's
His
hard
seat's
to
hot,
say.
right?
It's hot, but they just keep winning.
Well, I was in Philadelphia, right, that area last week, and I talked to every Eagles fan that I could, and I asked them about Sirianni, and they were all pretty much, we don't like the Sirianni trade.
That doesn't surprise me at all, though.
Nobody does.
The
Dude, he's
local,
awful.
the local fan base is basically
Out on
like,
him.
we know what he is, and he can be okay, but he's annoying as shit. He doesn't make good coaching decisions under pressure sometimes.
Could the
and he
NFC
really doesn't.
East have 3 new coaches at the beginning of next year? Because you know Mike McCarthy, he gone. He's with
gone.
Doug Peterson and Antonio
What do
Pierce.
you? What, oh my
He
god!
gone.
He's got to be right because they didn't give him a contract. He's not gonna win anywhere near enough games.
They're gonna hire Kellen Moore to be their head coach.
No way. No way. No. I mean,
Dude, Jerry Jones is senile. But I
Maybe.
don't know
I mean,
if they're gonna.
since
Maybe.
we're talking about the Cowboys, I mean,
Maybe.
this
Come on, Chad.
is hopefully the last pod that we have to talk about the Cowboys this season because they should be out of the news with Dak's injury. At this point, you're
We're talking about
It's
coaches
season
fired,
ending,
bud.
right?
Jerry-
It's pretty sure it's season ending at this point, right?
that's what it sounds like. It sounded like it
That's
was like
tough.
off the bone.
That's tough. Yeah, it was. Yeah.
And Jerry Jones like sells hope, and there's no hope this season. For
And
the
you made a
Cowboys.
fucking horrible trade.
Yes. Giving up a 4th rounder
For Mingo?
who hasn't done anything in the league.
Dude, you giving up a 4th rounder for Trey Lance too.
Yes, both bad trades as far as value goes.
Bad trade as far as value goes. You give up a 6th rounder maybe. But the 4th rounder, dude, no fucking
You're
way.
costing your team
Dude.
higher picks for players that are not. They don't equal that.
Literally, we could see 3
There's no
new
other
coaches.
teams that are giving that up. Like you're not. Who are you outbidding for those players?
Zero.
I don't.
0 player.
I know you can't. There's no answer to it.
0
There's
people
no
try.
logical answer to it. When I heard that one, I was like, that makes no sense.
I mean, I believe Cowboy fans at this point are just hoping the Cowboys play so bad that Jerry just like it's too much for him.
And just croaks it.
Has an aneurysm? Yeah, I was gonna say. Well, we're not pulling for that. Oh, my Lord.
I'm not saying that, but I wouldn't
But
doubt
Trump
some
just
people
said it.
are. They wouldn't be too upset if that happened.
The only way
God
that
damn,
guy's
that's
giving relinquishing power is if that happens suddenly. Like,
And I know all the Cowboy. I feel like most of Cowboy fans are hoping for that. But even if that happens, it's still in the family. Like, does it get any better?
no.
Bring in GM ZD. I'll make it better. Give me that star, baby.
You going down to Arlington?
Well, I'll draft for you. You got to figure out all the other stuff, but I'll draft for you. We'll hit it out of the park.
I'd feel bad if I didn't hate the Cowboys.
Next team.
That's fair. That's fair.
This guy's got to go too. Him,
Gotta go.
the whole staff, the Chicago Bears. Fire them all.
Eberflus,
Fire them all.
Waldron, gotta
Light it
go.
up. Light
Who's
it
their
up.
defensive
Who
coordinator?
cares? He's going too.
Yeah, when you clean house, you clean house.
Who cares? That guy. Oh man.
I mean,
that's
Well, no, I didn't necessarily say that. I just said
No,
who cares
I just
because
did. I
when
get
you
it.
light it up, dude, it's all gone,
That's
buddy.
hilarious. He clearly ain't cutting it. That's
Nah, man.
I wanted to like Eberflus after
my
Hard
Lord.
Knocks, but man, he is not the guy.
He's
It was
just a
such a bad
defensive-
decision to bring him back. I thought it was a bad decision before I saw
We
Hard
all did.
Knocks. I think we all
Yeah.
did. It's
He's gone.
it's hurt Caleb's development. I still think Caleb could be a top quarterback.
He
But
can.
Man, it is.
What's up with the
ugly.
DJ Moore shit?
How do you? They got destroyed by the Patriots.
There's some common sense.
What's up
right
with
there.
the DJ Moore
He
walking off
walked.
the
He
field?
did. Yeah,
Like, what's
before
going on
the
there?
play was over, he would have gotten open too had he stayed with it.
That just shows that he's lost the locker room. I think that shows it.
On the Eberflus
guys,
side,
the players aren't in on this team.
How far do you guys take the Ben Johnson?
He
Really
just got a
wanted
new
to be.
contract.
Really wanted to be
yeah,
the.
it's true. Moore did. You're right.
Really wanted to be the Bears head coach. but they didn't fire Eberflus. Do you take that into consideration now that now?
Oh yes, that's my first call. I'm calling
if you're
Johnson.
Chicago, if that got put out in the papers last year, and you are now in the position to you already know
Well,
you have Caleb Williams.
It just came out like a couple weeks ago.
Oh, okay. Well, I guess what I'm saying though is like you have the quarterback. There's no guessing moving forward. Like you have the chip in place, right? Like it's.
Well,
I don't
feels
have to
like
go.
they're a coach away from being competitive.
Yes,
Not
I agree.
a player or
I
a
agree.
position, a coach.
And health. They got
Sure,
banged up.
that's
They got banged
always-
up. Right, that's the great caveat. But they did fall on some injury. But I mean, everybody can. All of our teams have had key
I mean,
injuries.
Eberflus gotta go.
I think his seat
Pack
needs
them
to
bags.
be. Yeah, his cheeks need to be unreasonably hot right now.
Pack them bags.
Yeah, get him going.
Saints already fired Dennis Allen, so we don't need to really talk there. So that's basically nobody else in that division is going to fire their coach. Panthers just got the job.
Well, I mean, they
Canales.
could fire their coach, but they shouldn't.
They
They
shouldn't.
won today.
They
They're on
won
a
today.
2-game win streak.
Yeah, they
2-game
won
win
today.
streak, baby.
Dave Canales.
Ride the wave.
And
Ride
then-
the wave.
NFC East or NFC West, nobody in that division is firing their coach either. You got a lot of
No.
good coaches in that division.
Well, we just also like ours is new enough to where the first year he's shown enough
Right.
to where
You
already
can't overreact.
Yeah. Like he's won some games, we've lost some games, but like we've been relatively competitive for a rookie coach. We're not getting the doors blown off us in most cases.
Yeah,
Like,
you're not the Jets or the Cowboys.
we're
looking for
playing
those
better than the
headlines.
Jaguars. We're playing fucking better than the Jaguars. And
Good job,
that's a
Charlie.
fucking fact. Yeah, we're the 31st team. You guys,
A little
you
bit better
guys.
than that, I guess.
What about teams that need quarterbacks?
I mean, I feel like okay. Let's talk about the current tier, meaning like the instant ones, the
Right,
ones
okay.
that like this
So,
season
so
slash.
So
this
AFC
up-
East
yeah,
is
got it.
clean. AFC East is clean, right? Maybe
No.
the Jets.
I
Gotta
would
be the
say that
Jets.
The Jets need to get young. Well, I mean, they drafted the guy out of Florida State, right?
Yep. But I don't know if he's a starter.
True. They probably
Travis
still
Hunter.
want to bring in
Travis
somebody
Hunter.
else. And the Dolphins, you got to have somebody else.
Didn't they have
backing up
Tyrod
to,
there? Didn't they have Tyrod backing him up?
Tyrod's the back.
Is
The
he
Jets,
in-
but he's not a starting quarterback.
not
So
anymore. He's clearly a
Bills are good. Patriots are good.
So Dolphins, you think draft early,
really.
or do they go out and just get somebody
It.
like a Wentz or somebody like that?
I don't know if Wentz would be the name. Maybe like a Sam Darnold. Maybe like another. I mean, it depends on again how the draft falls. If the guy's there,
Charlie,
sure. If
what do you
not,
think about this
free
Dolphins?
agency.
I don't think
And
the
Jets.
I don't think the Dolphins draft. I think the Jets should, especially if they keep losing. If they shit the bed, why not? If Aaron Rodgers he's 40, right?
Yeah.
You got so the sketch thing is like we've talked about this. I don't really think this is the year for the high profile quarterback coming out of the draft. It
A lot of
seems like-
questions at that
Yeah,
position.
it seems like the guys
about
were
every
way
day.
more assured.
Opposed to last season.
Last season, yes, we had 6 guys that all seeming like, other than Penix, who hasn't seen the fucking field, like the rest of them are playing. Bo Nix played well against Kansas City, put them in a position to win.
He's played well. Almost
He's
all
played
year.
well. They're over 500 for a good reason. Like, so I mean, the
What up,
guys that
Champagne?
came out last year, yeah, I guess so. So F you then, Russ. He's smelting in Pittsburgh. He's fucking
So yes on the no on the Dolphins.
no on
yes,
the Dolphins.
and yes on the
yes
Jets.
on the Jets.
I'm yes on
Sorry.
the Jets, but I
Sorry,
don't
thank
really
you
know
for
if they
bringing us
would.
back to.
I don't know if they will. That's the
Right.
one.
No,
I
there's
just-
a very big difference in between
and the
should
Dolphins,
and
I
will,
just don't
for
know
sure.
what you do. I don't know if you draft the dude if he's there.
I don't know.
Or if you try to like build like your defense and your offensive line, you just pray that he doesn't get.
I think the Dolphins don't probably draft a guy in the first round, but I think you have to bring somebody else in, whether
I
it's
do
free
too.
agency or second or third round. I don't think a first round pick makes a lot of sense, especially with this quarterback class.
Is your Bryce Young? Or do you bring in an Anthony Richardson? Is it somebody like that, or you need somebody? That's
I don't
like,
think the Colts are going to move off of him because of the project that he was when they drafted him. Young, of course, is a name that gets brought up a lot because of the situation. But I mean, there's other guys too, but those would definitely be a couple of the top names.
AFC North. We got the Ravens,
good,
Bengals, Browns,
good.
and Steelers. Browns need
Browns.
a quarterback situation seriously. Even if J-Mo's your dude.
If there's one
famous
team,
Seamus is your dude.
if there's one team that's in purgatory that is not going to be okay for about 5 years
It's our
at
fucking
minimum.
fault.
That's
It
contract.
is.
That's
No,
owner problem.
In no way, shape, or form am I disagreeing with the Browns. Shot the Browns'
Now-
foot off entirely.
Now you better just draft
They're
like a
done.
motherfucker.
They have to. They have to keep everybody on low contracts. They're on the hook for money for years for guys that are not
You
producing.
can't put this on the coach.
No, and he's been a pretty good
Stefanski has
man.
coached his ass off. Like he's
It
got.
is
He's,
all on your fucking owner.
yeah, like because he did not make the push for 3-1s when it came to getting Deshaun Watson. I promise you, Stefanski didn't say
Yeah,
this is my
Stefanski didn't do
idea.
that.
Yeah.
Owner.
The Browns are in the worst position we've maybe ever seen a football team in. For real.
What about the Steelers? You re-signing Russ? You don't
mean,
want to sign him to the big
a lot of
$50
that-
million deal, but you signed the Baker Mayfield 30 would be nice.
I think that's what they're going to go for because I don't see the Steelers drafting high for quarterback. Maybe they reach or take a swing
in the second round
in
or
a
something.
later round, but I don't even know. Second round might even be high with.
Well, the way that they're
Steelers.
playing, they're going to have a back end of the first round draft. So it's not even really going to be worth it trying to pull a guy there if you could probably get a same caliber QB in the second or third round kind of thing. There is no sparkling, shining Caleb Williams, Jalen Daniels prospects.
Yeah, that's why it makes me think
There's-
that
those guys
maybe
are
they'll
not
take
there.
a swing at in a later round, but I don't even think the first 2 rounds the Steelers are going to be looking at that
I
position.
would agree with that. I would agree that they want to negotiate low with Russ. Hey, brother, we revived your career. You scratch our back, we scratch your back. 30 mil, come back,
It works
ball
for
for
both
us.
parties.
Yeah, absolutely. We can get you more talent, right?
Really wish
He's
the
in-
Raiders would have
he's in
signed Baker to that
He's in
deal.
the twilight of his fucking career, if you will, and he's already got enough cheddar, bro. Homeboy's had 3 or 4 like big contracts in his career.
That's the
Like,
case, then somebody would probably take a chance on Justin Fields.
Trade
I
him,
think so,
trade
but I'm
him,
not-
or because he's only 1 year too, right? Technically, he would
God,
be a
if
free
we
agent.
sign him, I'm gonna fucking literally fucking.
I could see that being a Raiders move, though. I
God,
really
he's
could.
not good.
Whatever
I
team
don't
brings
think he's
him
great,
in, he
no.
can't be brought in as the projected starter.
No, he's not.
No way.
There's too much out there now.
Yeah.
People saw it and didn't want to trade with him for Chicago,
He's got work to do.
and then he came here and he still
He can't
looked.
read.
Yeah, he can't read.
He can't read.
I never learned to read. Sorry. See if I had a reference.
AFC South, you got Texans, Colts, Jags, Titans. Colts definitely need a quarterback. Anthony Richardson project's over. Shane Steichen is a hell of an offensive coordinator. They need a quarterback there.
I wasn't high on that pick to coming in, but
that
making
out on Richardson. You are 100, and you're not looking back. You're not double checking that chapter at all. You're saying that ship
Chapter's
is
gone, brother.
sailed.
Dude, he was 3 for fucking like 15 the first half the other day.
so.
Dude, I could go 3 for 15 the first half.
Pump the brakes there, Downey.
I mean,
Dude, he misses the easy one.
Let Trev talk.
I agree with you a lot, but I think, man, he's just one of those players where that talent you just fell in love with, and that knowing how raw he was, like he was like Lance, like that player needs years to develop. He's not.
Right.
He was never meant to be the guy right away, and to draft him, I wouldn't have done it because I saw that, and I feel like that's too long of a process for a team that, if you're trying to keep your job, you need to win. So that whole concept is
He's a backup until he becomes a starter, and he's not a starter for a long time.
that I don't know if they draft a guy first round, but I'd still bring someone in to compete with him for sure. Like he can't be your guy going into the season next year as the starter. You have to have someone to challenge.
Dude, he is not good, like completion percentage wise.
Right.
Like it is. Not
So he
good.
probably he won't get a number 1 shot. He'll get brought in. He'll be a camp arm, and we'll see what happens with him.
They most like I see them either, I mean there's a chance they draft a quarterback, but I think they're more of a candidate for bringing in a journeyman quarterback that can
Bring Minshew back. Yeah, fuck.
I mean Steichen won with him,
Fuck, we have him.
but I don't think that he's the answer either. So you're looking for something a little bit
I
better
don't
than
even
that.
want- I don't even want anything in for return. I just want to get him off the roster.
I mean, that would be a place
That's
I could
tough.
see Justin Fields going, actually.
That's yeah. Good call, T. That's actually like probably.
You think?
Because he can actually compete with Richardson because he's further along. Even though he has his issues, he would be a better starter, I feel like, right now.
What about Mike McDaniels and Justin Fields?
That would be different because he's a different quarterback than McDaniels is kind of
It wouldn't work with he likes to push the ball downfield. It's play actions, crossers. That shit that's reading the field. He doesn't do that. He doesn't know how to read the crosser and the deep motion.
But
that's not what Justin Fields does. That's the McDaniels offense, though. That's why Reek and Waddle are amazing as a 1-2 in that offense.
But still, with those weapons that you have, it could be that one read offense. He's either just throwing it deep or it's an option run. It's an RPO all the way.
It's vomit-inducing in the NFL, though. When you want to see at least a medium pass, like a 15-yard, push it at least to 15 air yards. Give me a throw.
I don't think he's at the top of the list for the Dolphins.
I don't either. I just throwing it out there. A little combo.
Okay.
Tennessee Titans need a quarterback.
Yeah.
I'm out. Sorry, Trev. We're both out. We missed.
Yeah, I thought Levis would be better. He hasn't been.
He's
He's been a mess in Tennessee.
I think we all had a little bit more hope.
He's turnover machine.
It was just kind of happened.
Not
He's
smart
just
plays.
not smart. He's just too much of a cowboy right now. He's just got to fucking slow himself down. But will he get another opportunity? The question's a big maybe.
I think he gets another opportunity, but he needs a refresh. Like it's not Tennessee is not the place for him. He needs to sit behind somebody if he's going to even get a second chance.
In the AFC West, we all know what team needs a quarterback, and they need
the Chiefs. Chiefs need a quarterback.
They need one bad, and they better take the first.
They should. Yeah, first one they see.
Well, and I do some work, dude. Do some like good fucking scouting. Is it Cam Ward? Is it fucking Jalen Milroe? Or you wait for like the Jackson Dart? Shador's number one, so you have the first pick. Shador's gonna be one.
Think he's. Yeah,
when he gets out there,
you legitimately think he's the number one overall, like quarterback or pick, depending on who gets the first. Sure.
But he's the number one quarterback. He's the number one quarterback. He moves in the pocket he moves in the pocket like amazing. Like he feels pressures. He moves. He's not like a runner. He can run, but he throws the best ball. Easily throws the best ball. Easily is the most ready to step in. I don't know what kind of how the play calling is or how they play call at Colorado, but I think he's easily the number one. I think Cam is too loose.
Cam Ward.
I think Cam Ward's too loose. I think he is accurate, but he's too loose with the ball, and I still get nervous with Cam Ward. Just is he really ready to go to NFL? Jalen Milroe, we all know that he's either just going to be boom or bust. He's like just great talent. I don't really know what to think about Ewers. I'm back and forth on him. Carson Beck's out. What do we think of Jackson Dart? We haven't even mentioned guys like Riley Leonard. So it's just, but I think Shador's easily 1A. Cam Ward might be 1B.
Who's number 3?
3, it's hard, dude. I don't know.
I kind of like Ewers at 3.
I kind of think Milroe might be 3.
You like Milroe more?
Yeah.
His ceiling in the NFL is specifically higher than Ewers.
And he throws a good ball sometimes, but sometimes he doesn't.
Ewers is a smaller dude. Yeah. If you train Milroe to read that athleticism, he's a beefier Lamar. Like
he's 6'2", 225.
He moves. And
he ran away from
he moves.
So if he's a beefier Lamar, would Jalen Hurts be a better comp?
I think he's faster than Jalen. But I think, yes, Jalen might be a better comp.
It's not an awful comp. Yeah, I would say comparison.
But he's 6'2". Sure. He's 6'2", 225. But do you know how big Jackson Dart's about the same size, too? We looked that up the other day.
We did look that he was bigger.
So yes, Jackson Dart's a bigger dude.
He was like 6'2", 210.
So that makes me worry. And then the Carson Beck stuff, like what happened? All of a sudden you don't have McConkey and Bowers and you go down this bad. Your offensive line's not good. He gets hit all the time. So he's gun shy now.
His stock is fallen quite a bit.
Right, and you don't want the guy going this way coming into the NFL draft. You want him going this way to go in the NFL draft.
Absolutely.
So, dude, yeah. So I'm hoping that we get. I think Shador's I think he's ready to go. NFC.
Yeah. My how the opinion has
dude, I gotta
flip-flopped there.
I gotta start working hard on those looking at that stuff.
Hey, it's
Okay.
important to
Okay.
take in that new information and you see it.
Formulate
When you watch him,
a
when you
live
watch him,
opinion.
he does.
He
play
throws. He tosses a good ball.
You got to move off your opinion if facts are facts.
facts. Yeah.
If the goalpost moves.
Yeah.
NFC East, Giants need a new quarterback. Commanders are ready to go. Eagles ready to go. And
Let's go,
Cowboys just
Commanders.
signed a huge deal with Dak. So, but Giants got to go. So they're up there in the draft too.
Well,
They're
yeah,
picking
but-
somebody no
yeah.
matter what.
Yes,
So
they
them
lost again today. They are
Them
2
and
and 8.
Raiders are right there.
They are 2 and 8.
Panthers.
might not be too far. It's
3.
Saints aren't that far. I mean, these
Yep.
are all 2-win teams.
No, Saints just won today.
Yeah,
Oh,
they
Just got their 3rd
3
win.
wins.
Raiders. Yeah,
I mean, there's a chance they can still be
Give me the
one of the
quarterback.
top picks.
Yeah, right. They'll end up taking some fucking left tackle and be like, oh man, he's like an all perennial.
Top
Great.
fucking prospect, brother.
But guess what? We can't fucking do anything on offense.
You can't move the ball
Um,
nowhere.
But the Giants definitely going to be taking a quarterback.
Yes.
Even if they need to. They need to. They
And then
need to.
Daniel Jones go be a backup somewhere.
Yeah,
And
whether
be a
it's
pretty
the
good-
new
he'll be
coaching
a
staff
pretty
or
good-
old coaching
He'll be a
staff.
pretty good backup.
I saw some.
Is he the
saw
Dolphins?
Some crazy
Ooh.
stat.
That's not a bad
Daniel
call.
Jones is starting like his 74th game this season, like the today.
Having that
73rd or
experience
74th. Are you insane?
and
After
going to Miami.
Maybe with Mike.
Miami.
Maybe with Mike McDaniel, he can do something else.
yeah,
Sits the
Fucking
backup, kind of
tur-
relaxes.
Turkey neck back there.
Man, but I don't know. Like I still like Daboll, so I don't know if a coaching.
I like him better in the silver and black.
I mean, how much better is that going to make
When he's taking Shadur.
Daniels though? Like,
Yeah, the Giants need something. They're done.
any dimes.
They
NFC
don't.
North actually
Doesn't
doesn't
have any motion. They
And
don't have any motion.
NFC North, no quarterbacks needed. Bears, Lions, Packers, and Vikings, none needed. McCarthy's still backing up Darnold, depending on what Darnold happens. Packers have Love. Lions have Goff, who's probably the MVP right now, maybe. I mean, look at that dude's completion percentage. He's
for it.
fucking rolling.
And
then Bears
they
have
drafted Hooker
Caleb.
too, so
Yeah.
they're kind of bringing him up slow.
I want to know what's going on with this Hooker thing. I want to see the dude play.
I want to see some hooker.
I want to know about
Let's
this
show
Hooker.
us some hooker.
Him and Penix, dude, are those like the guys, I mean...
Dude, poor Penix, dude. Although Kurt be bipolar himself, man.
But what happens if he gets traded?
There's a chance.
Penix or Kurt?
Kirk, they could trade
They're
him
not
and go with
trading
Penix.
He technically would have like a friendly contract in the pantheon of well-paid quarterbacks, as it were.
I mean,
If-
maybe he's the dude that goes to one of these teams. It's kind of like,
What if he goes to the Colts?
ooh, fuck, good call, Chubb.
That's
saucy.
That would make a lot of sense. I
I
feel
agree.
like
That
with
would-
that offense that they have, like
Right.
he would fit in,
perfect.
and you feel good about that
It-
coach and the rest of that team.
It's
Dude.
kind of like a blend of Anthony Richardson
So-
and Joe Flacco. Like Kirk Cousins is a little bit of both, so you get, get like the middle of the two of them.
So was I telling you? I remember. I think I was telling one of you guys this.
Well, you
Think if Ben Johnson
of
goes
it.
somewhere, right?
He's gone.
He has had Hendon Hooker for 2 years now. If Hendon Hooker was a dude, he could just bring Hendon with him.
Yep, that would be a move for sure if he likes him that much.
You could just trade, bring in Hendon Hooker, then
It
you don't
wouldn't
waste
cost
your
you
number
much.
one pick. Yeah, you take like a four. Yeah. Yo, that's saucy. I like that Hendon Hooker stuff. I'm interested about that because I wanted him. NFC South, you got Falcons, Panthers, Saints, Bucks. Saints were maybe quarterback, Panthers maybe quarterback, Falcons and Bucks no go.
Yeah.
Bucks got their guy in Bake, Falcons got Penix and Kirk, and then Panthers. I don't know. I doubt Bryce Young's the dude. I bet they're out. And then who knows if they stay with. I think the Saints' car is not the problem. They have nothing right now, but they could go quarterback. I just don't think they're first round quarterback.
The Saints, man,
Saints are bad.
They
I know
are.
They won today, but the
They're-
Saints are bad.
they're in a
They
bad
got a lot of holes in a
cap
lot of places.
situation
They sure
too.
do.
And I kind of they've they've been one of the better teams at manipulating the cap, and it's caught up to them.
The Lattimore stuff will be off now.
Yes, and him going to the Commanders, I think, was the best into the trade deadline move.
Call.
He didn't play this week against the Steelers, but I feel like they brought him in to cancel out that A.J. Brown and to win that division, because that's what it's all about at this point. You're competing for the division. You get into the playoffs, who knows? Because the way that Jaden Daniels is playing, goddamn.
Dude, I knew he's going to be good. I
know
he's
insane
game
game today.
I had him on my list.
He was
Made the top 15.
He didn't.
I was right
Pour moi
on that one.
No,
missed on a lot of others.
Still don't rep the rooks that high.
That pod pod
proves that you should though.
That pod's in the left. That pod's in the lost pods. That pod I don't think ever made.
Did it really? Was that
never made presses?
Hey, talking about that, it's been a while since I've seen a post on X about a new pod.
Yeah, it's been a good while.
We should touch on because I know that I'd move a couple people around. I'd also hit a home run on my guy Matty Stafford and my guy Jared Goff.
Matt Stafford.
They're fighting for the West for sure,
dude. That West, you guys' West is. Back to quarterback. Nobody in the West needs a quarterback. Oh wait,
no.
There's
Seattle,
one team. There's a team, Charlie. I want your opinion. I think you guys need one. I think that you're going against a Matthew Stafford for maybe 1 or 2 more years is upgraded your quarterback. The Cardinals have an upgrade over quarterback, and Purdy has now proven that he's winning without weapons sometimes, and he's actually looking really good.
Well, I think this really comes down to how they brought him in. Do they like what he's turned out to be, or is he still that guy that's holding on to the ball too long? I mean, either way, I think you still bring in somebody else. But let's hear from the fan.
Are you drafting or bringing in a veteran?
It depends on how the end of this season goes. It depends on where we fall in the draft, because I always have a hard time saying give up 2 or 3, first-round picks to move up to number 2 or number 3 overall. Now, if he's the guy, then it's worth it. But with the draft, the way we've talked about this year, yes. I don't know if that. I do know that's not the move I want us to
So
make.
would you rather make a play for a free agent? Do you want to go after a Kirk Cousins or
No. Honestly, I'm still in the Geno camp. I know
Still in the Geno camp.
we
He's
need
on
to
that
get,
train.
I know we need to get younger. I'm not unaware of that, but I think we can go with him for another year and see what happens, or if we get an opportunity to get a guy randomly or something. But I don't think drafting. I'm hoping that we don't draft high enough to get one of these guys. I still want to stay competitive this year.
But you drafting a guy later though.
Sure. Oh yeah.
Take a flyer.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like Jackson
Why
Dart,
not? Yeah,
Quinn
totally.
Ewers.
Yeah,
That's what I think you
1000%.
might be looking
Yeah.
at.
Quinn Ewers,
1000%.
Jackson Dart, even
Why
Carson
not?
Beck,
Yeah.
second
No,
round.
because I think not Carson Beck now, but I think we need to assess, because Sam Howell, I don't know, that was kind of the offseason move we made a little bit this year, and then Geno.
Are we gonna drink these ciders, or are we just gonna?
I'm down. Are you down? Zach's waiting on us.
I know.
We got
So I
our
was
bottoms
like, don't
up,
look
bro.
at me. I'm also close.
Hey, we're pretty close. There's not a big difference there. Don't put this on me.
No, you're the one putting it on. Look, let
I'm
it be
putting it on
known that
both
I was
on
okay
both
with
of
the
you.
levels of we were at, but now
Cheers, buddy.
Cheers.
Not your buddy, guy.
I'm not your guy, man.
I'm not your friend.
I do want to bring up while you guys are taking those last drinks that my offensive rookie of the year and defensive rookie of the year picks are actually winning those categories. So thank you.
What we talking about?
You're
What are we
welcome.
talking about here?
Jaden Daniels and Jared Verse, I picked them as my
Yes, Jaden or Verse has impressed me. I didn't know if he was going to be as good.
Dude, they hit the Rams.
Damn, the
Kill
Rams.
it in the fucking draft. Plain and simple. They have not had a first round pick, and they're so
they normally don't
competitive.
do much
And then
drafting.
this year, when they get the first round pick, they hit out of the park with Verse and Frisk in the second round. Just a great job by the Rams in the draft. But yeah, Jaden Daniels, offensive rookie, offensive player of the year. I'm not right. I have CMC, and so did Trev.
Yeah,
Chuck had
that's not
Tyreek.
gonna happen
That's
with
not
him
working.
missing
No,
all the
yeah,
games.
neither one of us. Yeah, no.
It's between Saquon,
It's Saquon
and
for sure.
King Henry might have a
Saquon,
say.
Yeah.
I would say that both of them are right there.
No,
But it's a running back.
It's a running back.
for offensive, yeah, because there's no real wide receiver game breaker this year.
MVP, I had Josh Allen, who's still in the running.
I mean, I wouldn't throw Jamar Chase completely out of the
He's
conversation.
been making
With
some money
254.
moves these last couple weeks.
Dude,
Yeah.
Is he who's your number?
I want the Bengals to make the playoffs. But it just doesn't
Sidebar.
look like it's gonna happen.
Side it up.
They're so
Before
fun
you
to
take
watch.
this, before we drink this real quick, are you taking Jamar one, or are you taking JJ one, or who are you taking one receiver? Who's the number one receiver? And
Jamar for me. Who got? Who got?
I'm gonna say JJ.
I gotta be a JJ guy too, because
He forgot him, so he's just
Yes.
sucking up to him. Remember, he forgot him.
Well, I mean, it's. I mean,
I did a long while ago. Shout out to like pod 7 or 8 or whatever that was.
he's definitely the man on that offense. But I just
But
this-
those are easily 1 and 2.
yeah, easily the two best receivers in the game, Chase and Jefferson.
I just like Justin's his length and his ability to like go up and get it is absurd.
Yeah,
One-handed, he's got toes. He's a great route.
I hope he's got toes.
I'm not saying Jamar Chase is an elite at pretty much everything as well. They are like the cream
it's
of the
close.
crop.
There's
for
not
sure.
a big gap between
No,
those guys.
there's not. There's
Jamar, personally, I just like him because of the chemistry with Burrow. Like, I feel like Jefferson he
He
probably is the better receiver.
he is losing
but
out
he
on
doesn't
having
have
Darnold.
that chemistry with his quarterback that Chase does.
In that aspect, you are 1,000% correct. And having an elite quarterback to throw you the ball, a la Marvin Harrison, he played with nobody but Peyton Manning.
My God.
Got some news? What's going on?
Does Dallas are they winning? Who's winning?
Cardinals are up 31-6 on the New York
Damn.
Jets.
That's not good for us, man.
Spank. No, it's
But
not.
it
It's
doesn't
not.
make me too sad.
Eagles
I mean, it is what it is, right?
Eagles up 21-6 on the Cowgirls and the Titans.
Oh.
And the Chargers are up 27-10 on the Titans.
Oh shit! I'm sorry about the Chargers. That was my call then.
There you go.
I mean,
Here we go.
I felt like that they were starting to pass it a little bit more. It's good to see that side of that game because that defense has been fire this
Fire.
season.
Cheers.
Harbaugh has made
Brandon
such
Staley,
a
you
difference. Yeah, because of Staley being out. Hello, cheers. Guava.
That's good.
You kidding me? You guava be kidding me?
You guava be kidding me. Check us out on X and Instagram, baby. Pod 73.
That's tasty.
It's balanced.
You know, I don't really know if I have a fan of this week, boys. Other than the college football was really good yesterday.
Oh, as far as football?
Well, just fan of in
Just-
general, yeah.
Oh yeah, no, I understand. It's been a rough week in because the NBA's kind of just been puttering. You don't really have any
shit.
storylines out of what Downey
FSU.
fired
coach?
their
Mike Norvell fires both coordinators.
Oh,
He stayed on, but he fired both coordinators are gone.
You don't.
I
say.
mean, this is. I
You
don't know how
don't
much
say.
this matters with
It
them barely winning at all. Dion is probably a top candidate for that school.
Yeah, I don't know if he's going to go. He might just say the FU and just stay
Not the
calm. I don't know.
FSU. You might drop the S.
After they didn't hire him the first time,
But I mean,
I
being
feel like
his alma mater,
I feel like Dion's a grudge holder.
I feel like Dion's gonna get a check though from somebody, whether that's Colorado or somebody else. He's
Real-
getting a raise.
Buffs.
Real quick, I want to do a callback. We did
Oh, yes.
give a
Fear notes.
Far
Oh,
West
yeah, sorry.
cider at was a
Brew
6.3 for a cider.
Nice.
Getting drunk.
We 3 in now.
Yeah, I mean they're out of Napa, California. They're out of wine country.
Hey now.
Hey now. So there's apples apparently down there with them
Yeah.
What do you think, y'all?
I think it's pretty tasty, honestly. I'm a big fan of it, Chuck.
I mean, I like
that's
guava.
how I like to go. Johnny
You don't see
Wilson
too
got a
many
touchdown.
guava ciders.
That's my guy from FSU. Talking about FSU. Johnny Wilson's that big tall son of a bitch, remember? Came out with King Coleman.
You're hilarious, dude. I like that a lot. You guava be kidding me. I could drink a lot of those. It's not sweet. It's a little. It's tart, but not very sweet, which I like.
Why would you even hand the ball to Ezekiel Elliott?
Because you don't have anyone better because you're the Cowboys and you don't bring in a running back because it's a devalued position, Zach. Nobody needs running backs anymore.
Well, you just don't draft them where you draft them, but still need them.
Yeah. I mean, but the Cowboys don't even need them. They're all in this season,
Cowboys
you know.
are all in about nothing, about losing, firing coaches,
Fucking
tearing hammies. That's what we're all in about. Cowboys.
Jared Jones needs to let go of his beloved franchise, dude. He just has to.
Release the grass.
I'm all about the Cardinals just smoking the Jets here, boys. That makes it tingle.
It doesn't.
That makes
I'm not a huge
Celebrate.
fan.
Let's celebrate.
You guys can with your team.
Wait. That was Aaron Rodgers or Wilson, right?
We don't know anything about
Aaron
that.
Rodgers just smoking the Huasca.
Dude, how pissed is Devontae Adams? Even
Good.
more so.
I hope he just keeps on
My
losing.
opinion of him has fallen
Go
quite
play
significantly.
with
I would
Aaron.
say.
I mean, you just got to
Cardinals.
question his choices. Going to the Raiders and then to the Jets after Green Bay. It seemed like there was a lot of options.
Josh McDaniels
Those
fucked it all up.
choices.
God, he's such a turd bag.
Yeah, that really did hurt for the Raiders.
I think it set us back years.
It did. It set you back. It wasn't just that you were bad for a season. It set you back.
The
multiple
bad relationship
seasons.
with Derek Carr, then Devontae balances, it's just all bad. Everything that
Shoulda
he
kept
did,
Carr.
everything he did is bad.
Really, overall, you should have kept Carr.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah. When you
He's better than
when
both
you
the
look at
quarterbacks.
anything that's played out since,
He's better than both the
1000%.
quarterbacks we played. He's better
And
than fucking
Garoppolo, he was
Garoppolo.
way better. Yeah. Where is Jimmy G? Not nowhere, right?
Sitting
He's
on
backing
the
up in
bench.
L.A.,
Backing at
right?
Stafford.
He's sipping on that scissor down in L.A.
That's
Just
right.
living the good life.
Sipping on
Just
some
living
scissor.
off those
That
looks.
is true.
Yeah,
That is
living the
true.
good
'Cause
life
he's-
off of Matty
honestly,
Stafford.
though, he's been paid plenty of millions of dollars. That dude is
be-
totally fine.
Okay.
Right, correct. No, in the pantheon of football memories, he will not be known. But as going down with having plenty of money and
He good looking some bitch, though.
and that doesn't hurt.
It gets
Especially
you
not in
something.
L.A. Especially not in L.A. Women don't
I
care
mean, he ain't
if
making
you're.
that Kirk Cousins money.
They
though.
don't care if you're
Cousins
Joe
got the cash,
Montana
man.
or LaMarcus Russell.
Dude, Aaron Rodgers is 12 for 19 for 84 yards, and we're almost through the third quarter.
Oh, boy.
84 yards, brother. You done. He's
Good.
fired, too.
So,
fire him.
Let him
The
go.
Jets need to bring in a coach
And a
to
quarterback.
groom either Jordan Travis or to bring in a new quarterback because
Yeah, 100%.
Rodgers, it's
He
not
done.
looking like
He done.
he's coming back
Him
to
and
being the guy that we knew.
Him and Nathaniel can't hack it. They're both done.
That guy
Oh,
can't hack.
well, I mean, the name says it all.
Yeah, the Jets do Jets things, man, and that's why you took them to win the AFC East, my friend.
Trevor.
Yep, paper tag. I was big wrong on that.
Big wrong.
On paper, they look nice. That's all.
I look good on paper, too.
I mean,
What does that even mean?
I don't know.
All right, so what are we looking at for the night game this week? Is
Lions.
Detroit?
It's Lions Texans night game Monday
nice.
night.
Oh,
And then
man, and
Monday
I
is
just-
the Rams.
Yeah, Monday night
Dolphins.
Rams.
I don't know.
Dolphins.
I think the Texans are in trouble, dude. They're banged up to the point now where it's really showing through.
Yep.
This is another miss by me. And the Texans have been struggling. They haven't looked real good. They've gotten some wins,
They've been very mediocre.
but they haven't looked strong at all.
The whole
And
AFC South is down.
Yeah, I mean they're only
Trev
looking
had
good
C-
because the South is so bad.
Trev had C.J. Stroud for his MVP.
Not with that offensive line.
Don't worry, Chuck had Burrow, so.
Yeah. Well,
hey, man, if that
statistically
team would win some more games, those numbers are there.
Statistically, he at least is keeping, in form.
Is Zach Taylor on the hot seat? We didn't say he done, but is he done?
I don't think he's done, but I think he should be on a hotter seat than he is, because I can agree he's really making that team better. But knowing that ownership, I don't think they do anything.
They ain't
with
canning
it.
him, dude. They ain't canning him.
Exactly. I'm 100% on that.
They're gonna keep him.
Yeah. That's what we're saying.
They're gonna have to, right? Like
they don't have to.
Nobody's still
nobody has to do nothing, Chuck.
I'd bring in a new coach if I was the Bengals owner. I would. I'd bring in. You don't have to worry about that offense. I'd bring in one of those defensive guys that's on his way up.
Dude, if I was the Bengals owner, I would just be like, you know what? I did this one time. I'm gonna do it again. I'm gonna trade Joe. I'm gonna trade Joe Burrow to the Raiders like I traded Carson Palmer.
Shut the fuck up, Dowdy. Okay, look at this. We almost got a spit take, a live spit take.
I mean, that sounds great, Z.
You that outrageous over here.
But that ain't happening, bro.
Bob in the knob.
We ain't very good owners over here in Cincinnati.
Trade Joe Burrow to the Raiders. Go ahead and do it. Yeah, man. I mean,
I always wanted to play in the silver and black my whole life.
As much as I don't like Mahomes as the Chiefs, if we've traded him to the Seahawks, you could do that. I wouldn't be
okay
mad.
with it. I wouldn't be
mad. I'd welcome him with open arms. Oh, dude, if we got a shot to get Joe Burrow, I would. I'd trade 5 first-round picks. How many can we trade to you, Cincinnati?
Hello,
Chuck. He doesn't want to play with
Saints.
the fucking bird.
We'll trade you our entire draft.
Exactly, for a running back.
He doesn't.
Ricky Williams.
He doesn't want to play with a team with a bird on their helmet. He sees that as weakness. He wants to play for the Iron-looking son of a bitch.
Yeah, he wants to play for the Pillagers.
The Raiders.
Next week, big game, Indiana, Ohio State, boys.
Oh, college-wise? Oh, yes.
Northwestern, they got to play first.
That's right. We talked
2
about
weeks.
this.
Fuck.
Yeah, got
2
to wait.
weeks.
Got to wait.
Patient.
Nothing good next week, I don't think. Is Tennessee next week?
Seahawks come back to
I'll double
watch.
check.
Nobody cares.
A lot of people care. Especially a lot of people who watch this pod.
Yeah, I mean, Chuck's representing.
Yeah, Chuck, represent, brother. Sorry.
Thank you.
Nobody cares about my team coming back. I didn't even care if they were playing this week.
Bro.
There's
we on a scheduled
work
bye.
you need to do. There's some
We on a
serious
scheduled
work.
bye for the
Yeah.
rest of our careers.
I don't know. Bye.
I mean, yes, college next week. Tennessee, Georgia is the big game.
Ooh, that is big, though. Just because that could reset the SEC again.
I mean, could be a sneaky good
Who
game.
does Texas A&M have next week?
I'll double check, but could be a sneaky good game is Pitt and Clemson because they're both 7-2 for the ACC. Pitt. Who am I looking for?
Texas A&M. Texas A&M.
A&M.
They get Texas the week after.
Run through my Rolodex real quick.
I mean, pretty much.
Mental Rolodex.
Mental Rolodex.
Shit.
Well, Texas gets Texas A&M.
If anybody wants to come be our prompter guy, that'd be cool. You know, we can't pay you, but it'd be dope as shit to have a prompter so we don't have to.
Next week, A&M gets Auburn, so it should be
there you go.
a win for them because Auburn's just not that team.
They've been playing hard, but not great.
They're 3-6.
Texas. How much does that say about how bad of a coach Jimbo Fisher is? He's not at Texas A&M anymore. He's
I thought you were.
Yeah.
But like, how bad of a coach is he now that this guy comes in and starts running the shit?
Well, I don't think Fisher, Jimbo, he wasn't the guy. Like, he got too much credit for what he did with Jameis Winston, I feel like.
Famous Jameis just chucking the ball around the field, brother. If that dude threw less picks, he would actually probably be a pretty good quarterback. I'd sign him. He better than both motherfuckers I got. Just saying.
Yeah, he's going to throw it up. So, I mean, if you have the playmakers on the outside, then maybe you could be that team. But, man, that's just another guy that just throws it up. Literally, it's a prayer. It's a freaking prayer with that guy.
I love it.
And it's exciting, but it's also fucking dangerous as shit.
Maybe he'll be the Titans quarterback next year. Fill in that role with Brian Callahan.
Oh my Lord, you guys are killing me. Stealing crab legs, winning Heisman's,
eating W's.
It's a terrible.
I love crab legs.
Yeah, me too. I don't know if
I love lobster more because crab's harder to work. Crab, you gotta do
Agreed.
so much work. I love crab, but you gotta work for it.
That cracking and that
Yeah,
pulling out the
dude.
meat.
Oh yeah, if you're presented the whole ass leg, if you have to
I
actually
love
get
it, dude.
the meat
And I
out
get
of
in
the
it.
crab,
I
And
get
that
it.
butter lemon sauce on either one is a win.
yeah.
But
Fire.
lobster's already like right there. I'm just like, hey, Mo,
Yeah, just
you so
flop it off.
You
the,
so
off,
succulent
yeah.
looking.
I feel that. But I do
love seafood.
or like
I love not seafood. Let me rephrase that. I love shellfish.
yeah, correct.
Yeah? Are you not a big fish guy? Do you not like salmon?
I'll eat it, but I'm
Salmon's a strong flavor, but
I'm not
when
ever
done
ordering
right,
it.
it's good.
If I went to somebody's house and they cooked it, I'd eat it, but I'm not ordering it and I'm never cooking it. But I'm all about that shellfish. Give me them shrimpies. Give me that
Shrimp.
crab.
Bro, because I'll
That
fuck
shrimp
up a good
scampi,
cocktail sauce
lobster,
too, bro. With
mussels.
some cocktail sauce. Sign me up.
So it's good.
You like crustaceans? You do eat fish, though. We go out to sushi. You eat fish.
Yeah,
You
it's
do.
just not as much. I'd rather have that crab stuff or the shellfish stuff.
Yeah, I don't. I feel you. My first introduction or full enjoyment is in those more so than like. I do love me some fucking sushi though. I love fish at this point.
Me too.
I like.
I'm
seafood
down for
in general,
mini fish
pretty much. Yeah,
and crustaceans,
Yeah.
scallops,
I love scallops.
calamari.
I love calamari that's breaded. The little weird looking octopus
Deep
fuckers.
fried.
I don't want none of those motherfuckers.
No, texture is a big thing for me with
too.
seafood. I can't
Calamari
do
is-
like the
calamari
chewy
is- well,
octopus,
Yeah.
squid. No.
Oh, calamari is specifically deep fried. That's what
what makes
that
it
is
so
the
good.
distinction. It means it.
I know.
like,
I've gotten some calamari at some Italian places, and it was like a little like octopus looking at me. I was like, motherfucker. Ain't eating you.
That would even give me some squiddish, and I've eaten like legitimate like octopus.
Like, I love me calamari, but dude, I can't eat. If it's looking at me, I don't want it, dude.
Just, every animal has eyes, right?
I know, but the steak ain't looking at me. I can't see its eyes.
Right.
Octopus had its fucking little head on. I was like, dude.
Well, there's a difference between a squid and an octopus.
Yeah, the little fuckers. And La Vecchia. These little some bitches. Oh, man. It was a good meal, but I did not eat the little octopus fellas.
They weren't the gummy kind. They weren't from Trolley, so I was not okay with it.
I couldn't get it down.
It was not raspberry lemon like I was expecting.
I do love me some calamari, though, breaded, dipped in a little marinara, a little lemon.
Yeah, that's tasty.
Yeah, dude.
Felt that good.
Right. No, anything properly fried has got a good vote more often than not. Unless
Mussels.
it's
Fried
like,
food is delicious.
traditionally, yeah. Unless you're talking about like fucking fried butter. You guys fucked up some fried butter.
I
I
haven't tried
mean,
that
that
yet.
sounds great. I love butter and I like
know,
fried.
and it's just not, it's too much.
Too
It's
much?
just too much.
I don't think I've had that, but I would try
Yeah,
it.
I don't know if I would really.
A
want
deep
Seems
fried
like a
Oreo.
fair
It is exactly no,
item.
Yeah, exactly.
If deep fried Oreo, I'm in.
I don't do the
Cream.
deep fried of all the other stuff.
Deep fried?
Yeah.
Deep fried ice cream?
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
oh yeah, dude. Deep
Dude,
fried ice cream. You
come
ever
on.
had from a Mexican
Yeah.
establishment? Deep fried ice cream? Yeah, it's
I'd
money.
rather have a mochi.
Really?
Oh wow.
I like
Strawberry
mochi, but I
mochi
think
is
they're
one of my
not for deep
favorites.
I don't
frieds.
mind much. Honestly, I'd rather just have like straight up just ice cream though than just like a mochi. Like if you just give me like a bowl of ice cream versus like a mochi.
Oh, maybe. I love strawberry though.
But you're talking like strawberry. Like what
Mochi.
about ice cream? What about just like
Yeah,
two
strawberry.
dollops of ice cream versus a mochi
I don't know, man. The mochi's delish, and I'll take $2 for the ice cream as well.
on the side? All
On
the
the
mo.
side.
It
All
turned into a
the
food
mo.
pod.
I had apple pie last
It
night,
did.
dude.
I came back too late for the apple pie, and then he was like, "You're not American because you didn't eat the pie."
You don't like, apple
See,
pie or
that's
free
exactly what
ice
he
cream?
said.
Free ice cream. You don't like free ice cream, Chuck?
Free hat. I love ice cream when I pay for it too. I was on a Ben and Jerry's kick for a good while where I was just eating pints. Of
I've
them
been to Ben and
bitches.
Jerry's.
That's right. That's right.
And when I went to my trip back east, that was one of the stops. Worth it. I mean,
I bet.
yeah.
I've been digging right now ice cream that's like kind of got that like light chocolate wrap to it. Vanilla ice
A
cream.
shell? Or
Yeah, like the
just
chocolate shells when you bite into it. I've been
That's
digging,
good, too.
I've been digging that kind of stuff lately.
I'm not mad at that, dude. I like gobs of caramel, like vanilla with like caramel has been like that. That's the thing I lean in when it comes to ice cream and like that sector. And with some chocolate, some shells, good too.
I'm a Neapolitan ice
I
cream
Oh,
love
sandwich.
caramel though. Do you fuck with caramel?
So.
I fuck with caramel. When it comes to dessert, I feel like tres de leche or any of that.
good.
Like, yeah, I'll fuck with any of that for sure. Especially with the vanilla to offset it.
vanilla gets a lot of shit because they
I
call it
love
basic,
vanilla.
but
I
vanilla goes
love
so
it.
well with so
everything.
many things.
Everything, really.
It's so
Everything.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like a potato, dude. It's how can you be mad at potatoes, right? There's so many different ways you can make the potato taste amazing.
We're still kind of going.
Yeah, we are still kind of going.
We got
check us out on
side-
Instagram and
X,
X.
Spotify, Buzzsprout. Absolutely, make sure you share, comment, subscribe. We're gonna be back with my favorite Pod 74. That's one of those numbers that's just like, you know, when you have those numbers that like for some reason just stick out to you more forever and always. 74 is one of those ones for me.
Is that because it's Hutchinson's number?
That's not Hutchinson's number. That's 94.
Just threw it out.
I mean, it wasn't a bad toss.
Steve Hutchinson was 94 for you?
Oh, you're Steve Hutchinson. Oh, okay. I thought you were talking Aiden Hutchinson. No, Steve Hutchinson. What was he? He was 76, I believe.
Approaching that century mark, though. Well, we're getting there.
Slowly but surely. I gotta drink some cider.
We'll
This
see you guys
is
all
really
on the
good.
flip side.
On the flippity floppity flu.
Yeah, check out those brews.
They were good. The icebox opened up a little bit more. That fucking gumdrop buttons was money. And this guava kidding me is delicious as well. X Instagram. Make sure.
Check them out.
Love you guys.